Good morning. My name is John DeFrancesco, and I first off wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me. The topic that I chose was how to handle family matters correctly, and I'm focusing a little bit more on divorce. Divorce, I believe, really holds back people from living the life that the Lord wanted them to. And did you know that 1 in every 2 marriages end up in divorce? That's actually on a decline from the 1970s when it was at a peak, but still 1 out of every 2 marriages end up in divorce, and this causes a number of problems. And the main things that I wanted to talk a little bit about today was the role that commitment plays in marriage, how divorce affects children, and some of the main reasons why divorce occurs today. I believe marriage is a countercultural act in a throwaway society. However, no matter what changes around us, we need to hold on to our companions and work to the best of our ability to hold on to what we have. One of the most important factors in marriage is commitment. The higher your commitment to your companion is, the more likely you are to have a fruitful, forever-lasting marriage. And according to a recent national survey, the most common reason for divorce was a lack of commitment, and that was 73% of the participants that actually said that. Commitment actually helps us look in the future and gives us the big picture rather than focusing on the day-to-day problems that we encounter. So the more commitment we have to our partner, the longer that we can see into the future and really see the big picture and what we're working towards, rather than struggling with the day-to-day problems that we encounter. There's actually 2 types of commitments that are said to be, and one is a constraint commitment, and that keeps us from the marriage. It keeps us in the marriage even if things aren't going well. That may be financials, children, a few other things along those lines. And there's actually the other commitment is personal dedication. And personal dedication involves a real desire to be with one's spouse and a future sense of we-ness or an identity as a couple. And commitment, I really believe, really saves a lot of marriages. Next, I'm going to be talking about how it affects children. Divorce has a forever-lasting impact on children, and it may actually shape the rest of their lives. There are different responses to this painful turn of events that occur in either a boy or a girl if they're in the childhood, or even if they have entered adolescence. Divorce tends to intensify the children's dependence and tends to accelerate the adolescent's independence. Children of divorced parents are more than 2 times likely to suffer from anxiety, social problems, and self-esteem issues. And according to a study from the University of Utah, children of divorce are more likely to divorce as adults as well. So this is a trend that you can really see really adding up into the future, and the divorce rate continuing to spike. Divorce rate is around 50%, like I said earlier, and this is due to several reasons. The number 1 reason, like I also said earlier, was the lack of commitment. Researchers have estimated that individuals who report belonging to some religious group have somewhat of a lower chance of divorce than those who have no religious affiliation. And I believe staying in your marriage really helps you stay on the path that God really wants you to be on, actually according to His Scripture. There's a scripture that I actually want to read to you. It's from Matthew 9:16, and it says, "Consequently, they are no longer 2, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man separate." This really proves to us that God really believed in divorce and values it, and really wants us to stay together with our partner and have a fruitful, long-lasting relationship. So, all in all, there are several reasons for divorce, and as you can tell, this really impacts society as a whole. So I really believe that parents really need to be a lot more responsible, and if divorce really does need to happen, then make sure you put the children first and not let your anger and your feelings get in the way of really what's important for the children's sake. Don't really focus on the anger with the other spouse and really try to work it out. And I know from personal experience that divorce is extremely devastating. So really choose your partner wisely and make sure you really want it to work out, regardless of the situation. I thank you all for listening to me, and you have a great day.